EastEnders theory, Stuart Highway agreed to have treatment for his cancer after insisting he'd be able to cure illness through holistic means. Although his family is relieved, the operation might trigger a relapse in Stuart's painkiller addiction. When the EastEnders undertaker found out he had breast cancer last year, his initial response was to bury his head in the sand, and he remained in denial for weeks. Once his wife Rainie, played by Tanya Franks, found out, she and the rest of the family tried to convince Stuart, Ricky Champ, that he needed treatment. After months of trying alternative therapies, Stuart was finally persuaded to have the surgery after the pair's surrogate Bernie Taylor, Claire Norris, refused to give them her child unless he did. It seems Stuart's worst fears might be realized though, as he finds himself battling with thoughts of addiction following the operation. Official EastEnders spoilers confirm Stuart will struggle with the pain following the surgery. A distracted Rainie has a heart-to-heart with Rainie Highway, Gwen Taylor, about how she is finding it hard to cope with baby Roland. Vi encourages her grandson to step up in order to help a struggling Rainie, and she encourages him to use his prescribed painkillers. Concerned about what might happen, Stuart decides to go to an addiction meeting, but it is later cancelled. Will he be able to avoid his addiction creeping back in while trying to support Rainie and Roland? Before the procedure, Stuart confided in Rainie about his concerns regarding the painkillers. "What if I have this operation and then I have the painkillers after? What if I can't stop?" he asked. "What if I get addicted again?" he added, but Rainie tried to reassure her husband. "What if we win the lottery tomorrow? What if we get hit by a bus? We can't live our lives on what ifs," she replied. As Stuart tried to protest, his wife cut in, "No, listen, whatever happens, we face it together, okay?" Despite her promise though, it seems Rainie is struggling with motherhood more than she had anticipated. As having a baby has been her dream for years, she is likely to prioritize Roland. If Stuart does become addicted again, she might believe he isn't safe to be around the baby. After already losing Abby to Max Branning, Jake Wood, Rainie will probably do whatever it takes to make sure Roland has a stable upbringing. Sadly, this might mean she decides to leave Stuart as he battles his addiction. Rainie might decide to move away while Stuart recovers, but will she come back? Stuart's grandmother Vi and brother Callum Highway, Tony Clay, are likely to be there to support him. However, having lost his family, will he be less determined to overcome the problem? Both Rainie and Stuart have suffered from addiction in the past, so they both know how long and painful the road to recovery can be. With Rainie not willing to go through the journey again, Stuart might have to battle his demons alone in order to see Roland again. Will he be able to do so? EastEnders fans are rooting for the couple to get their happy ending, but this latest hurdle might prove to be too much. Rainie could end up leaving Walford for good to start a new life with Roland, which would leave Stuart heartbroken. In a state of desperation, could he go back to his criminal ways? It's possible he will resort to the crime life he used to be involved with to finance his addiction. However, with strong-minded Vi back in his life, Stuart may be forced to see sense. His grandmother is probably the one person who can get him to take the issue seriously and get the help he needs. Plus, she and Callum will be able to keep track of Stuart and his attendee to addiction meetings. Will Rainie and Stuart be able to overcome the latter's addiction?